If I were in charge of the economy, I'd implement quantitative easing by flooding the market with squeaky toys. Did you hear about the border collie who invested in real estate? He bought a doghouse with a spacious backyard. If Warren Buffett were a dog, he'd be a wise old golden retriever, calm, patient, and always sniffing out value. Tesla's Cybertruck looks like something out of a dog's dream. Sturdy, angular, and perfect for a canine road trip. Tesla cars have a dog mode to keep pets cool in a parked car, but imagine if they made a border collie mode. It would be non-stop agility courses and frisbee challenges. The Secret Service was originally created in 1865 to combat counterfeit currency, which accounted for 1/3 of all money in circulation at the time. Bear markets might feel like the end of the world, but border collies know that perseverance and patience pay off. When the market crashes, remember that dogs are always here to provide emotional support and snuggles. If border collies gave stock market tips, we'd say sit and stay, a reminder to be patient and hold on to your investments for the long run. If Tesla were managed by border collies, we'd develop the T-Fetch, a self-driving car that launches frisbees and tennis balls for the ultimate road trip adventure. If General Electric were controlled by border collies, we'd engineer Pup Power, a renewable energy source generated by our endless running and playing. If border collies gave stock market advice, we'd encourage take a break and play fetch. Sometimes, it's best to step away from the market and clear your mind before making decisions. If border collies had a stock market motto, it would be stay loyal, stay patient, and keep your eyes on the prize. The stock market is like a hospital. When one sector is sick, another sector will step in to take its place. My dog thinks he's a financial advisor, but he always recommends burying your money in the backyard. When the market is down, it can feel like you're in the doghouse, but remember, patience is key. My dog's investment strategy is simple: buy low, sell high, and chase squirrels in between. During a recession, you may feel like you're in a sinking ship, but don't worry. Your border collie can always help you paddle to shore. A sell-off may make you want to run away and bury your bones, but that's not a great strategy for investing. The only thing greedier than a Wall Street banker is a border collie who steals treats while wearing a bow tie. The stock market is a lot like a game of musical chairs. Everyone's having fun until the music stops and someone gets left out. You know it's a bear market when I start digging holes to bury my treats instead of buying more. When my human says sit, I think of it as a reminder to be patient and wait for the right investment opportunities. Despite Apple's incredible success and growth, the company's stock is not immune to market downturns. During the 2008 financial crisis, Apple's share price fell by over 50%, reminding investors that even the best stocks can face challenging times. Apple's stock has been known to experience significant price swings around major product launches and announcements. Sometimes, it's a wild roller coaster ride, even for the most patient border collies. Apple has an extensive stock buyback program, having repurchased billions of dollars worth of its shares over the years. This helps to reduce the number of outstanding shares and can potentially increase earnings per share. If you had invested $1,000 in Google's initial public offering, IPO, in 2004, your investment would be worth more than $30,000 today, assuming you held on to the stock and reinvested your dividends. What a tail-wagging return! Apple's iPad was originally developed before the iPhone, but the company decided to focus on the smartphone first, delaying the iPad's release until 2010. In 2012, Apple started paying dividends to its shareholders after a 17-year hiatus. Since then, the company has consistently increased its dividend payout, rewarding loyal investors with a growing income stream. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway owns over 5% of Apple's outstanding shares, making it one of the company's largest shareholders. Even the Oracle of Omaha can't resist a bite of the apple. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway owns over 5% of Apple's outstanding shares, making it one of the company's largest shareholders. Even the Oracle of Omaha can't resist a bite of the apple. Apple's stock has split 5 times since its IPO in 1980, a 7-for-1 split in 2014, 2 2-for-1 splits in 2000 and 2005, and a 4-for-1 split in 2020. These splits have made the stock more accessible to individual investors. Apple's stock has outperformed the S&P 500 index by a wide margin over the past 20 years, making it one of the most successful growth stocks of the 21st century. In August 2018, Apple became the first U.S. company to reach a market capitalization of $1 trillion. It later crossed the $2 trillion mark in August 2020. That's one colossal doggy treat. If you had invested just $1,000 in Apple's initial public offering, IPO, in 1980, your investment would be worth over $1 million today, assuming you held on to the stock and reinvested your dividends. Now that's a fetching return. In 1986, Apple dipped its paw into the fashion industry by launching the Apple Collection, a line of clothing and accessories. Let's just say the tech giant should stick to gadgets. You might think Apple's iconic logo was inspired by the story of Isaac Newton or a tribute to Alan Turing, but the truth is far less dramatic. Designer Rob Janoff just thought it looked nice with a bite taken out of it. Did you know that some pharmaceutical companies are so profitable they can afford to give away free samples? It's like a drug dealer giving out samples on the street corner. The trading floor of the NYSE is home to some unique jargon, like blue chips for high-quality stocks and bears for pessimistic traders. I wonder if they have a term for wise border collies who know when to buy low and sell high. Apple's first computer, the Apple I, was sold for $666.66, which may seem like an ominous number. However, it was simply because Steve Wozniak had a fondness for repeating digits. Apple was started by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne in 1976, but Wayne sold his 10% stake in the company for just $800 after only 12 days. Today, that 10% stake would be worth tens of billions of dollars. Talk about a doggone bad decision. The largest denomination of U.S. currency ever printed was the $100,000 bill, featuring a portrait of Woodrow Wilson. They were used only for transactions between Federal Reserve banks and were never circulated among the general public. The term stock market originated from the practice of trading shares of the Dutch East India Company on the streets of Amsterdam in the 17th century. The longest stock market bull run in history began in March 2009 and ended in February 2020, lasting 11 years and 11 months. Sometimes the best investment decision is to simply sit and stay rather than trying to time the market. A sell-off can feel like you're in the middle of a dogfight, but remember, investing is a long-term game. In the 17th century, tulip bulbs in the Netherlands were more valuable than gold. I'd still choose a tennis ball over a tulip any day. If border collies could give credit card advice, we'd tell you to fetch those rewards, but never roll over your balance. Paying on time and in full is the key to a pawsome credit score. Border collies sniff out the best sticks, and we'd sniff out the best credit habits too. Keep your credit utilization low and watch your credit score soar. If border collies chewed credit cards, we'd quickly learn our lesson. Too many inquiries can hurt your credit score, so choose your cards wisely. As border collies, we love fetching frisbees, but we'd fetch credit limit increases too. Requesting an increase can improve your credit utilization ratio and boost your score. The word bankruptcy comes from the Italian phrase banca rotta, which means broken bank. It's like when I chew up my favorite squeaky toy. It's all fun and games until it's in pieces. Did you know that the first real-world transaction with Bitcoin was to buy 2 pizzas? Back in 2010, a programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz spent 10,000 Bitcoins to have 2 pizzas delivered to his house. Today, those Bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I bet those were some tasty pizzas, but as a border collie, I'd trade them for a lifetime supply of dog biscuits any day. Talk about a high-cost chew toy.